Arguably one of the best years for music, 1981. Kick it! We are Brian's Funhouse, no one makes the Brian's Funhouse. Let's go Brian's Funhouse now. Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for all those likes and subs and comments. Love reading the comments, so appreciate all of that. We're going to go back to the year 1981. And of course, December of 1980, John Lennon had been assassinated, so the music world, was kind of still up in arms over that. 1981 saw Ronald Reagan taking over as president for his first term. Nintendo released Donkey Kong, 1981. Space Shuttle Columbia was launched for the first time. The big movie was For Your Eyes Only by James Bond. The FCC, in a dumb ruling, said that TV can air as many commercials as they want. And that's why some of the times when you watch these old sitcoms from the 70s, it had more action because they weren't blasting you with ads. But then in the 80s, they could put as many ads as they want, and that shortened everything up. Oh, chaps my hide. And of course, MTV aired in August 1981. That's a little promo article about their first award show. That was later in the 80s, but yeah, MTV premiered in 1981. 1981 for music was just a phenomenal year. My wife was also born in 1981. I went to my first concert. I was 10 years old, and I went to see Cheap Trick at Chicago Fest. So Cheap Trick was the first rock band I saw. 10 years old, blown away. I knew rock music had to be part of my whole life. And here I am, a little old man, talking about rock and roll. Here's just some of the records. Did these make my top 10? I don't know. Stay tuned. Look at this. Pat Benatar, Promises in the Dark, Fire and Ice. It's good stuff from her. 1981 release. Is there life after Ozzy? Sure there was. This is, of course, reissue picture disc, but The Mob Rules by Black Sabbath came out in 1981. Don't listen to fools, cause the mob rules. The Cars, shake it up, trick it up. Since You're Gone, one of my favorite Cars tunes is on this one. This came out in 1981. Mr. Phil Collins released his first solo album. Everyone knows this for The Air Tonight. They could stop playing that. We've all heard that. The drum fill, yes, we've all heard it. We've all heard that. Side 2 kicks off with I Missed Again. If you're a drummer, you realize that technically that is a hell of a little jam to play. But it's a great song. I think Phil Collins, people think is cheesy, all of his slow songs, ballads, but he gets, I think, overlooked as one hell of a drummer. And this first solo album is really good, actually. Sammy Hagar, Stand in Hamptons, this has, There's Only One Way to Rock on it. Good stuff there. Has the song Heavy Metal. We'll get a little more about that later. Iron Maiden comes out with Killers, 1981. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want, 1981. Oh, Destroyer on it. Oh. I like it. A lot of people don't. I like it. Kiss the Elder. Wasn't into it at the time. Didn't really know about it really too much at the time. But man, I love it. It's Kiss, so I'm expecting cheesy stuff from them anyway. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, originally released in 1981. Crue used to be so good. First 2 albums, good. Osnoe, 1981. The Police, Ghost in the Machine, 1981. The 80s belong to the Police, man. Synchronicity after, oh man. Pretenders 2, this almost made my top 10. Oh man, I love it. Bad Boys Get Spanked. Message of Love, Talk of the Town, 1981. Rainbow was Difficult. Cure, 1981. The big song off of this was I Surrender, Can't Happen Here. Yeah, it's good stuff from Rainbow. Ramones were even putting stuff out in 1981. Pleasant Dreams. Now, also in the punk rock world, we had the Exploited, put out Punk's Not Dead. Black Flag put out Damaged. Stiff Little Fingers put out Go For It. So yeah, there was some strong punk in 1981. Punk hadn't infiltrated me yet. In 81, it'd be a few more years, so yeah, that's why they're not on it. Also 81, and I don't have the album, I have the CD, is Van Halen Fair Warning and Daryl Hall, John Oates Private Eyes. Daryl Hall and John Oates no longer talking to each other. What's this world come? So much war, and then on top of the war we're going through in the world, that's a shame, huh? Daryl Hall and John Oates aren't even talking to each other. What hope do we have for anyone? Triumph, Allied Forces. Whew. And of course, this little Irish band. I was just in Ireland. They're still talking about this band in Ireland. U2 put out October. Big one here. Oh man, I think Gloria's on this one, right? Yeah. And of course, little band finally went from Yesterday and Tomorrow. They changed it to Y&T. Band that gets not enough respect. Such a great band. They're still great today. Y&T, Earthshaker, came out in 1981. So what made my top 10? Well, we're going to get to it right now. Top soundtrack, 1981. Probably top soundtrack of all time. Heavy metal soundtrack. Yeah, Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo. Come on, Journey, Nazareth, Stevie Nicks. It just goes on and on. It was a great animated movie, great soundtrack. Top soundtrack, 1981. Heavy metal, top live album, 1981. Of course, Exit Stage Left by Rush. They're playing all the big hits. Spirit of the Radio, Red Barchetta, YYZ, Passage to Bangkok, Closer to the Heart. Tom Sawyer, Xanadu, The Trees. Come on, this is great stuff from Rush. Live album. All right, number 10 of my pick. Let me know in the comments below if some of your picks, if you want to do another top 10 list. I love reading it. Number 10 for me goes to the one and only, my first Rolling Stones album I ever bought. It came out in 81, Tattoo You. This came out in August of 1981. Of course, Start Me Up. MTV embraced the cheesy video for that one. Hang Fire was a good one. I later appreciated, and of course it had Waiting on a Friend that also has a video for it. I think they're walking around New York City in that one. This movie Adventureland came out years and years ago. It was like a comedy. Came out recently-ish. It has Tops, and it reconfirmed my love of that deep track, Tops, off of this one. Great album, Rolling Stones, Tattoo You. Many could probably argue this is the last Rolling Stones album you're going to play front to back and really enjoy it. You could argue that. I know a lot of people like the latest one, but yeah. Number 9, Devo. Came out in September with their 4th album. Oh, for Rolling Stones, Tattoo You is their 16th album. Holy moly. They got a lot of albums way back then. 4th album came out in September. New Traditionalists has my favorite song of theirs, Beautiful World, on it. Jerking back and forth through being cool. Of course, the cool kids knew that Devo was the band. So, number 9 for me, Devo, their 4th album, New Traditionalists. Number 8 for me. This kind of went all around the list because I was like, oh, I really did play that. I was trying to go with what I really played back then and what I'm still playing kind of now and kind of blended in, you know, where they should be on the lineup, like it matters. Doesn't. But yeah, I really like this way back then. It's lost a little bit of attraction, but I love the older stuff. Anyway, get to it. Styx, Paradise Theater, their 10th album, came out in, I believe, January of 1981. Now, the Paradise Theater, it's all run down here. It's all beautiful here. I thought it was a real place in Chicago. I don't know if they kind of thought of some place, but I was like, man, I wish the Paradise Theater would have stayed open. Just, it's fiction. It's a record. Get over it. But as a kid, yeah, I was really upset. And it's a great album, Styx. I know some people think, Styx are kind of cheesy. They are kind of cheesy, but it's fun stuff. Number 7, I'm going to go with the one and only Billy Squier, Don't Say No. Came out in August. It's the 2nd album. The Stroke, You Cannot Escape It. Probably one of my least favorite songs actually on the album. In the Dark, My Kind of Lover, 2 Days Gone. Those are the ones that I love. Lonely as the Night, another one that I love. So yeah, Billy Squier's had a long career. He's done acoustic stuff, more recently and stuff. Long career. Of course, the one MTV video everyone slags about him, where he's just jumping around the room in a pink panties, or I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, old Billy Squier, 2nd record, Don't Say No, unfreaking believable. Number 7. Number 6, just like I said with the Stones, it's probably the last record from this band that I could play from front to back and just not want to skip it. I don't know of an album after this one that they've put out, and they put out a lot after this one, that I'm not kind of like, that song's cheesy. Didn't I hear a song like that before? But when this came out, oh man, AC/DC, for those about the rock, everyone knows the one before it, Back in Black, because you shook me all night long, but I'm telling you, you're missing out if you've skipped this in your catalog. For those about the rock by AC/DC, their 8th album, it came out in November, and for me, what I liked about these albums that were kind of ones you can fold out here, the old gatefold, I guess would be the correct terminology, is you can put this, I used to put this on my turntable. For years, I just had this on my turntable. I'm like, I'm going to be part of this world someday. Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to be part of this world someday. Be a big rock star. Be a big rock star. But yeah, awesome. I only saw AC/DC kind of recently-ish. But I never saw them really in their heyday. Would have loved to seen him with Mr. Bon Scott, but I've been a little too young to go to the concert. And the songs, I mean, of course, for those about the rock, but Evil Walks, COD, Care of the Devil, Spellbound, Put That Finger on You, that's a great one. Let's Get It Up, another great one. Inject the Venom, Breaking the Rules, Snowballed, Night of the Long Knives. I love that song. Yeah, front to back, this is a great one from AC/DC. We have number 5, which is actually number 4 on it. Foreigner 4, fifth favorite record from 1981, came out in July. It's their 4th one, obviously. Jukebox Hero, Waiting for a Girl Like You. Luann is a great one. I don't think they released that as a single, though. Urgent, of course, a song that you couldn't escape. As a kid, playing in arcades in the 80s, man, this was, Urgent was all the time in the arcades. But, yeah, I love, of course, Lou Graham's vocals were still really strong. Mick Jones playing lead guitar. Foreigner 4, this is, I sold, what, like 1 trillion copies? Yeah, for me, it's number 5, Foreigner 4. I like the 3 albums before that more than Foreigner 4, but we're talking about 1981. Talking about weird 1981, because the Blizzard of Oz came out early in 1981 in the US, but it had already been released in the UK. This was a true worldwide 1981 release. Diary of a Madman. Ozzy's 2nd solo album came out in October, so you have the Halloween season coming up. You have Scary Ozzy with the cross and all that. Blizzard, like I said, it was a great one. I like that maybe a hair more. I have a video in my channel where I talk about the two, and I think I picked Blizzard by a hair. I don't know. I scored them, but check out all my videos. You'll learn so much. But A Diary of a Madman, of course, Over the Mountain, Flying High, You Can't Kill Rock and Roll, Believer, Little Dolls, that's another hidden gem. Tonight, a great ballad from Ozzy. SATO, and then, of course, Diary of a Madman. Randy Rhoads, great on this record. So, yeah, I played the hell out of this record. All right, this one for number 3 came out in July. It's their 7th album. Wasn't an album back then that I would admit that I loved. When no one was around and it came on the radio, I was smiling like a little kid, all happy. But I was too cool in front of my friends to admit that I like him. Didn't go see him in concert with my sister because I was too cool. Now kicking myself. I think I have a video about the top 5 bands that I should have seen way back on that I kicked myself now for not seeing. This would be them. Journey, Escape, spelled weird on the record. I don't care. Yeah, it's cheesy. I just love it. Sometimes you need the pop cheesiness of Journey to fulfill your life. So for me, this came out it came 3rd in my top 10 list. I mean, Don't Stop Believing. Do we need to hear that song anymore? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's play it a few more million times. Stone in Love, one of my favorite songs from them. Who's Crying Now is good. Keep on Running, that's a little more grittier Journey one. A great slow song. Of course, Journey's the king of slow songs. Still They Ride is great. Escape, another one with a little bit of grit to it. Lay It Down, Dead or Alive. Mother, Father, love that one. I like it more than Open Arms, which closes it. Open Arms is also on the Heavy Metal soundtrack. Yeah, 3rd favorite record, 1981, Journey, Escape. 2nd favorite record, boy, this was almost going to be 1st, but then I thought, no, my 1st has to be 1st. Def Leppard, High and Dry, their 2nd one came out in July 1981. Man, oh man, oh man. This one, I believe this is my childhood copy. I may have swapped it out. There's only one way to tell if it's my childhood copy. Because my cat, at the time, I believe his name was Snickers, threw up on the insert, and I tried my hardest to clean it up. There it is. So, cat puke from 1981 dried on the insert. The damnedest things that remind us of our youth. Yeah, I had it on my turntable like this, I think, and, cats. So, yeah, this is my childhood copy. Rick Allen with 2 arms. Way back when. That's when you're old. I remember when Steve Clark was alive, and I remember when Rick Allen had 2 arms. Damn it. Get off my lawn. So, yeah, High and Dry. Their best record by far. Best record by far from them. High and Dry, You Got Me Running, Let It Go, Another Hit and Run, Lady Strange, On Through the Night, Mirror, Mirror, No, 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 Bringing On the Heartbreak with that switch, 625 on it. This is their great lineup of Rick Allen, Pete Willis, Joe Elliott, Steve Clark, Rick Savage. Just good stuff, man. This was it. I don't know why. I thought it was also cool. I said as a little kid, I always had to have my shirt off all the time. I thought it was just cool. Way back when I was skinny. Puny little boy with his shirt off. I'm rock and roll. I have my shirt off. But yeah, the weird erotic cover? I don't know. It's a weird cover, but yeah. High and Dry. Number 2, no problem. Number 1, I've already talked about this band. I have this band featured all the time, of course. And it's not my favorite record for them. Could be in the top 3 or top 4 maybe. But my favorite's 2112 from this band. Talk about Canada's own. From Canada, eh? Rush with Moving Pictures, their 8th album. And this one came out in February of 1981. Tom Sawyer got a lot of airplay. Finally, the boys broke the airwaves. Red Barchetta, YYZ, the instrumental named after the airport. I loved the first time I went to Toronto with my plane ticket and saw the YYZ. Life just made sense. Limelight, of course. And side 2, I'm a big freak over side 2, man. The Camera Eye, Witch Hunt, Vital Signs. 7 songs. Sometimes you just need to say your shit. Out of there. 7 songs. Boom. We put out the best record in 1981. 7 songs. That's all we need to say. Alright, so the top 1981 record, Rush. Moving Pictures.